group, and I wanted to talk to you about how to get auto financed when you don't have the best credit. There are tons of buy here, pay here places. Some are great, some are terrible, but most of them do have a very high interest rate. So that's why today we're going to talk about how to make more attractive to these auto finance places. The important thing that these finance companies will look at is your income. They want to make sure that you have a secure source of income. They'll also look at what's called a disposable income, which is your gross monthly income minus your expenses such as childcare, utility bills, etc., etc. The list goes on. So after you're done paying off your expenses, they want to make sure you still have enough income to pay off your car note as well. Also look at your job history. And the reason they'll do that is to make sure that you have a significant amount of income coming in for a good amount of time. What they don't want to see is gaps in between jobs, or constant gaps in your job history. That is what we call a red flag. If you've had repos in the past, always try to be honest. We want to hear the story behind it, whether it was voluntary repo or not. You know, there's always a story behind every repo. Most people think that just because they've had one in the past, they'll automatically get denied, and that is definitely not the case. If you've had one or two, you know, maybe in the past few years, you know, the chances are still very high that you'll get approved. Now, let's say you've had 4 or 5 and you didn't even make a payment, or you only had it for a few months. It's gonna be a little tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. What are some good things to bring in as proof of income? Well, you could bring in your check stubs, you could bring in your bank statements, you can bring your tax filing documents, awards letter, any type of proof that shows that you're actually getting that income is great. And try to bring at least 3 months worth of check stubs, or you know, whatever the case may be. If you get paid cash, don't panic, don't worry. It's best to bring in a letter from your employer stating that you work there, how long you work there, and how much you make, along with contact. What can you use as far as identification? You can use a Texas driver license, a Texas ID, a passport, whether it's US or foreign. The reason those are required is due to Texas legal requirements in order to transfer a title. And last but not least, proof of residence. Most companies do require proof of residence, and it's not to know where you live or prove of where you live. It just shows a sign of stability. You know, if you have more things under your name, great. So if you don't have like a bank statement under your name, a phone bill, cable, internet, anything, you're pretty much considered a ghost, and will ghost are hard to finance. Okay everyone, so we pretty much went over income, job history, repo history, proof of residence, and identification. So you're pretty much set now, regardless of your credit. Just remember to set some time aside to actually get everything ready, because the more documents you have, the most likely you are to get approved. And once again, it's Karina from Magnolia Auto Group, so if you're looking for a new ride, you know where I'm at.